Good morning, students. The last, or this is the second lecture of methods of scientific research. Don't you remember what we have done in the last lecture and how we did define research as an investigation which leads to or a deliberate investigation of a phenomena or deliberate investigation in order to solve something or in order to solve a question or the curiosity for doing something to search about certain point. Okay, this is the meaning of research. Last time we have defined an investigation undertaken in order to get new facts or knowledge or opinions or to get additional information about a certain subject. This is the definition of research. Okay? Second thing, the second thing that we have been tackled in the last lecture, or I have asked you to think about the difference between reliable and unreliable sources of knowledge. We have two sources of knowledge. How do we get knowledge? Knowledge, what is the meaning of knowledge? Knowledge. Knowledge means facts, getting facts, acquiring facts. In Arabic means ma'rifa. Okay? The difference between reliable and unreliable sources of knowledge is that unreliable sources are mostly used in the past. Used with subjective uh, subjective tendency to solve problems. Okay, not objective, subjectively. Okay, mostly used in the past. For example, our old fathers, our grandfathers, our ancient traditions. Okay, uh, obliged us to do something without thinking about it. Every one of you heard about, for example, let's say, for example, there is a proverb in our ancient traditions, Arabic traditions. For example, let's say, and most of us may agree with it, which is, for example, let's say this is a proverb in Arabic. آه هذا المثل اللي هو يقول لك ثلثين الولد على خاله. This is a wisdom. ثلثين الولد على خاله. This is a wisdom, and most of us agree with it. But this is in the past. This is without investigation. This is without scientific methods of research or scientific steps. This is what we called unreliable sources of knowledge. So we should or we need to investigate about the legacy of the people, or about the inherited adjectives or inherited descriptions of the newborn uh, individual, let's say. Okay, we should investigate step by step in a scientific method by using research what inherited descriptions are with the newly born child, newly born, or anyone, okay, or any person, okay, with the descriptions of his uncle مع خاله. Okay, ندرسها in a scientific method, in a scientific method, in scientific steps. in something which is called research. So unreliable sources are mostly used in the past subjectively, okay, and we're seeking and agreeing. Seeking and agreeing is means that someone just seeking for a fact, okay, without any further investigation, without any other additional facts, without any efforts to do something about this fact, okay, just seek when he finds the answer, he will agree with it, okay, and accept it. This is unreliable sources, okay, agreeing to interpretations of ancient scholars and authorities regarding an issue without evaluating their truth. This is unreliable. Accepting experts' opinion about a problem without further investigation, or relying on traditions and using personal experience without critically evaluating them. This is till here unreliable. What about what about reliable sources? While reliable sources are acquired through the scientific steps for validating facts and theory. Okay, the same proverb that I talked about, the same proverb which is ثلثين ولد على خاله, we should take these descriptions of someone and matching them with the descriptions of his uncle, and we see, okay, by means, and we should match at least 1000, okay, the sample العينة, okay, the sample should be at least 1000, 2000, okay, not just to say, okay, ثلثين ولد على خاله, okay, no, we should take at least 1000, okay, cases, of 1000 cases, for example, 1000 guy or the 1000 individual with his uncle, okay, and we compare these descriptions, match these descriptions with others, and see what are the similarities and what are the differences between these descriptions in reliable scientific steps, which we called research, okay. This is reliable sources are acquired through the scientific methods for validating facts and theories. Through scientific methods, facts are gathered purposefully. Okay, يعني انت بشكل متعمد، okay، بشكل متعمد تجمع حالات عن قضية معينة وتدرسها بإطار علمي، بخطوات علمية توصل إلى حقائق واستنتاجات، مو فقط أنه آخذ المعلومة وانتهي منها. ليش؟ لأن فلان شخص والله كبير ويفتهم كان قالها، لا. Okay. Validating facts and theories. Through the scientific methods, facts are gathered purposefully and systematically. Furthermore, probabilities, احتماليات, are tested while reflective thinking is involved. This is the difference between reliable and unreliable sources of knowledge, okay? This is the question in the last time that I have given you, okay? Let's deal with what is a research again. A research, in order to understand it in a general picture, okay? Let's put it in a general picture. A research is a systematic investigation undertaken in order to get new facts, opinions, or to get additional information about certain subject. It is also defined as the deliberate study, deliberate study of other people for the purpose of increasing understanding and or adding to knowledge. Okay? Here, a research, what will generate a research? A research will generate reliable knowledge. A research will generate reliable knowledge. And this is what we need to take. We search about reliable knowledge, not unreliable knowledge. Okay? So, in our daily life, we are still living in myths, okay, بالخرافات. We are still living in with certain traditions which govern us, okay? Without scientific steps, without scientific methods of investigating them, these facts or these opinions, okay? So, a research will generate reliable knowledge. Moreover, it can be defined as a help for better understanding. Better understanding. شنو يعني الولد إلى الولد ثلثي على خاله؟ من جبتوا هذه؟ So, you want to understand this. How? By scientific steps. You take at least 1,000 cases and study them. Okay? Study these cases. Understanding, therefore, better understanding of the word and a more accurate perception of the behaviors of individuals and groups. Okay? This is the research. So, here, why do we research? Again, why do we research? Why or how a research springs, let's say, springs, okay? Or how a research existed, okay? How is a research existed? How is a research existed? Existed كيف ينشأ البحث أو كيف يولد البحث. Okay? How a research is born or existed. Let's say a research existence or research existence may be from a problem, a phenomena, question. All these will lead to a research. Okay? ثلثين الولد على خاله شنو هاي ظاهرة شكلت مشكلة، خلقت في النوع من حب الاطلاع، فأدت إلى to a research, a problem, a phenomena, a question will lead to a research. Okay? All these will lead to a research by scientific steps of investigation. Okay? Not just to agree with everything which you are going to told. Everything. Someone told you the solution for this is that, okay? You take it without any comment, without any critical thinking, without any criticism, this is wrong. You should investigate it in scientific steps, which we are called research. Okay? Research existed from problem, phenomena, or question. Okay? Okay. This is a research. So, in our researches, we need what? We need motivation. What's the meaning of motivation? Motivation in Arabic, simply in Arabic, it is دافعية أو الدافع. We need motivation. Motivation to do something. Motivation is defined as motivation is the desire to do something. Desire to do something. Okay? Motivation is the desire to do something. Here there is a do, there is a do, the word do. Motivation, okay, to do something. Guides, maintains goal-oriented behaviors, and it is the reason for actions, willingness, and goals. So, what is the relation between motivation and research? I think that one of you will ask this question. I will answer you, okay? The relation between motivation, that you need motivation to do your research. Without motivation, you will lose your research. You will lose your actions. You will lose your willingness for achieving the goals, okay? So, why is motivation so important? A research can be long process and take up much of the researcher's time, okay, and effort, and effort, okay. Hence, the researcher needs to be always motivated. You should be always motivated to do your research. It is necessary to complete the research successfully to the end, to the end of your research. This is the meaning of motivation. Okay? So, how, another question. Someone of you may ask another question. How could I stay motivated throughout my research? Okay? How could a researcher remains motivated? How could a researcher stay motivated? Okay, here, this is wrong, I'm sorry. Okay, how a researcher remain motivated. Okay, the researcher can choose a topic which is of interest. You choose a topic. You like it. Choose a topic. You like it. Do not go to a field that you don't like, okay? If you like a topic about cars, let's say, cars and their types, their kinds, okay, let's say, uh, gasoline cars, or electric cars, let's say, sport cars, you can do a research about them, okay? You like cars, so you are going to be motivated throughout or during your research, during your study. So the researcher choose a topic which is of interest for him. The researcher creativity and thinking about a topic lead to fascination by the topic chosen. If you choose your topic, you will be fascinated by it, okay? On the other hand, if the researcher had the topic chosen for him, someone chooses a topic for you, or others choose a topic, you should try to choose the research method, okay? You obliged, or someone chose a topic for you, okay? You try to choose the method of investigation in order to stay motivated. In order to stay motivated, okay? The method, we are going to deal with it in the third chapter, in this textbook, in your textbook, okay? Some or other to choose a research method Someone other than the researcher choose a research which interests him. Okay, this is how to remain motivated throughout your research. Okay, let's deal with your or the researcher personal characteristics or of the researcher. Okay, any researcher should have personal characteristics in order to continue his research. Okay, the process of research is the character's own responsibility and own work. Hence, the researcher should know what skills and experience he has, which might help in his research. Okay, for example, I I have a skill which is which is, for example, I know everything about selling and buying. I know everything about marketing. I like it. I have skills in marketing. So my researches will be about marketing. Marketing, okay? I don't like or I don't have skills about mechanic engines, let's say. So the researches in mechanical engines or about mechanical engines, okay, will be difficult to me because I don't have skills about it. I don't know anything about it. Don't have skills. Okay. Okay. Another research, for example. Okay, I like driving cars. I have a skill, a good skill, or a perfect skill of driving a car. So my investigation about driving cars in streets, okay, will lead to a good research. But if I don't have the skill of driving and I can't drive, how could I do research about driving cars? Okay. So, skills here are needed to do research. The researcher should relate all what he has to research and should make use of everything. If the researcher likes people, he should make interviews with them and use statistics. If you like people, are if you have social skills, okay, so with others, okay, if you have good skills or to make friends, let's say, if you are a good friend to others, you have this is a good skill, and you can do researches about that, okay, and use statistics. The other point of personal characteristics of the researcher: why many researchers fail in their researches? Why many researchers fail in their researches or research, okay? They fail because they do not take enough time to think about the issues involved before starting the work. It is very important to spend time thinking about the project before moving on to planning stage. You should think about your research before you go to planning stage. You should take much time to think about it, to think about every detail of your research before you go to your research, okay? There is an example in your textbook on page 3. You read it, you understand it in your textbook, okay? It is about James. James have done or have conducted a research and he wanted something, but he failed to get the appropriate facts from his research. Why? Okay, let's say why. It's a question, okay? For the next time. A question for the next time. Here, question. Why did James fail in his research? This is an example on page 3. You will find the answer on page 3 in your textbook. Okay? Read it and think about it for the next lecture. Okay? Thank you for all. And this is the end of lecture 2, chapter 1, lecture 2. Thank you very much.